Hello everyone and welcome to the forest. This is Matt from Indefensive Plants, and today we're hanging out at a little park called Fox Ridge. It's a beautiful glacial landscape full of a lot of topography, a great place to be looking for plants. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and it's pretty warm, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of cool spring ephemerals out. So come on, let's go look for some flowers. Check it out. Doesn't look like much, but this is one of the coolest plants to find in the forest around here. This is the American Columbo, Frasera caroliniensis. It's a weird member of the gentian family, and I say that because it lives for 15 years or more as this basal rosette of leaves. It's what we call a monocarpic perennial, and after 15 or so years of gaining enough energy, it'll throw up a giant flower stalk full of some of the weirdest looking flowers you're going to find in the eastern woods. Once it's set seed, it dies, but it produces thousands of seed each time. So with any luck, a handful of those will make it and grow to continue the lineage of this incredible species. What an awesome time to be in the forests. I can't believe the display we get to see today. A lot of great plants are making an appearance. For instance, we've got this false rue anemone here, a little member of the buttercup family hanging out. We've got cutleaf toothworts here, great member of the mustard family, and even wild ginger making an appearance. Not related to culinary ginger, of course, but rather the birthworts. But by far, one of my favorite spring ephemerals is this one right here. It's called Dutchman's breeches, Dicentra cucullaria. Surprisingly, it's a member of the poppy family, although you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at the flowers, but it is those flowers that makes it so unique. This plant requires bumblebees to pollinate it, and it offers a perfect display that is only accessible by those types of bees. As you can see, there's two large nectar spurs on each flower, and only bumblebees have a tongue long enough to reach the nectar inside. And that is the only way that they can set seed. And what's really neat about this one is that, unlike most of the other plants around us, it doesn't form any sort of mycorrhizal associations, instead relying solely on its own root structure to obtain all the water and nutrients it needs. In a few more weeks, after it's already sent out its seed, it'll revert back into these tiny little corms where it will rest again for another year until spring emerges again. Great little plant, awesome little neighborhood for it to be growing in. Awesome, awesome find. I was hoping to see these still in bloom. This is Bloodroot, Sanguinaria canadensis, and as both its common and scientific name suggest, the sap of this plant is blood red. You'd be advised not to get it on you though, as it tends to destroy human cells. It's an awesome little plant, it's really early to flower, and as you can see, it's quite beautiful. In a day or two more, these petals will fall off, it'll set seed, and then it'll pump up its leaves and photosynthesize throughout the rest of the summer. Great little find, and I'm happy to see it in full bloom. Hey everyone, meet the Puttyroot Orchid. Believe it or not, despite the fact that spring is in full swing right now, this orchid is almost done photosynthesizing for the year. That's right, last fall it produced this leaf, this single leaf. And because its photosynthetic machinery is really effective at low temperatures, it spent the entire fall and even most of the winter photosynthesizing at temperatures as low as 2 degrees Celsius. In a few weeks, this leaf will rot back, and by mid-June, maybe early July, it'll start to produce this amazing flower stalk full of huge, beautiful flowers on it. And as you can see, this population is doing really well. Lots of reproduction. These are all last year's seed pods, and I'm still getting some seeds out of these. So really cool orchid, kind of overlooked, but really worth it if you can find it. So, you remember a few episodes ago when we went looking for the harbinger of spring? Well, we found it, only it's a few weeks late. But luckily enough, this one still has a couple flowers left on it. As I mentioned, it's a member of the carrot family, albeit a very small one, but if you look really closely, you can see it's got its characteristic umbels and these great little carrot-like seeds. Now, it's almost done flowering, but what it's getting ready to do now is gain enough energy so that it can come back up again next year. That's why it's nice, heavily dissected leaves are out here soaking up the sun, just trying to get enough energy before the canopy above us closes and dives this plant into deep shade. Better late than never on this one, right? Hey, guys, check it out over here. Got ourselves some wild blue fox. It's probably one of my favorite species of phlox, although it's kind of incorrectly named. It's more purple than it is blue. Unlike the mat-forming species we see in the hobby, these tend to be a little bit more erect. And it's kind of confusing to me, considering how hardy the species is, why we don't see it more in native gardens. If you're looking for a really cool species to fill in a nice shaded area, this is a great one to look for. All right, everyone, that about wraps it up for today. We saw a lot of great botany, and it's only the beginning of spring, so there's plenty more on the way. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe. And remember, indefenseofplants.com has all of your botany needs. Have a great week, everyone.